Thank you for visiting the Coin Series channel again. We will be talking about XRP. At the moment, we're a little over 56 cents. Even though I don't see much pleasure in it, and maybe it's also going away, XRP's recent price increase has rekindled interest in the cryptocurrency. This is just starting out. Do not act until XRP prices start to skyrocket. Then we shall have experienced the pinnacle of human excitement. Waves, I'm sure, will hit in 2024. The World Bank has officially acknowledged XRP as a stable coin. A stable coin, the World Bank has officially recognized Ripple's native coin, XRP. The widespread usage and appreciation of Ripple in the field of global finance is demonstrated by this accreditation, which is a huge step forward for Ripple and its digital asset. Both XRP and XLM have not been linked to the US dollar just yet, despite the World Bank and the International Monetary Fund's frequent assertions to the contrary. I think they'll develop into solid coins with good value in due time. I wouldn't stand a chance if they tied XRP to the US Treasury dollar that's coming out next year. We plan to reevaluate several things next year as well. That was the exact topic of a video I created the day before yesterday. My reasoning led me to propose a hypothesis, so I did that. As I perused the comments, though, it appeared that most of you were in agreement with that. Perhaps you share my perspective, which is why I brought it up. But it does. Think about a stable currency that will be linked to the US dollar. Find out how much XRP may be worth. Consider all the things you can buy with only one coin, even if it isn't. The value of XRP will continue to increase at an astronomical rate every single day. According to Fed's Powell, stablecoin law in the US is on the horizon. Their argument is based on the idea that this will lead to a CBDC. During a private meeting with Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell on Tuesday, Democrats from the House Financial Services Committee met. It was reported by Politico. Bipartisan agreement on stablecoin legislation was declared dead a week ago by committee-ranking Democrat Maxine Waters. According to Politico, a sturdy coin construction is also required. During Tuesday's meeting, a source informed Powell that Powell voiced his support and emphasized that he is fully supportive of the idea. Also, I'm happy with how close we are. Just over 6 months ago, Republicans were able to overcome the fierce resistance from Democrats and pass a stablecoin law via this committee. So, what gave them the idea to reconsider? Why had Democrats just come around to that? The reason behind this is that they will probably also support a CBDC. This year's chair of the Federal Reserve also touched on the subject of central bank digital currency, CBDC, which is being considered for possible establishment. Congress must give its authorization. Based on what we know so far, we aren't advocates, and we know that CBDC legislation may have problems passing in Congress, so we haven't decided to suggest one to Congress just yet. Many people will likely oppose it. Still, I think they'll also launch an emergency plan this year to pull it off. Although the information is based on smoke, it suggests that the Fed will accept the terminology in the long run. This explains why they have allowed multiple payment methods and mentioned blockchain companies like Ripple. One service that facilitates rapid cross-border settlement is Ripple's, which uses blockchain technology to link people all over the world in order to settle foreign transactions in real time. Everyone desires rapid payments because they are bored of waiting days for their money to show. Furthermore, they are opposed to paying extortionate costs for overseas money transfers. What people desire is something that is secure, quick, and economical. On top of that, Fed will now back blockchain apps via ISO and API. As I previously stated multiple times, there is a rationale behind the ISO certification of these digital currencies. They will add a lot of value to these cryptocurrencies because they will be utilized for payments worldwide. Just because we haven't seen any results yet doesn't mean they won't be in 2024. I find it hard to believe that a government agency would make such extensive use of blockchain technology, given that the mention of Ripple in an Illinois blockchain business development study and the confirmation that SPED will incorporate DLT occur simultaneously. In all likelihood, I would say no. None of this is happening by accident, in my humble opinion. I feel like most of this was decided upon a long time ago, it was bound to happen. But now we're getting close to the point where everything is about to launch. Even though we could argue about XRP's value all day, I've already said that it would never reach these levels. Market capitalization and previous cycles will be subordinate to effectiveness. When XRP's worth is decided by how useful it is. RED is now a soft regulation option starting in July 2023. By the end of 2024, we should expect to see more people using Fednow and impulse payments. In my view, Ripple's acquisition of all those payment licenses was critical, as it showcases the widespread use of XRP and Ripple throughout the US. I also think that will start to happen this year. It is totally logical, considering the possible advantages of Ripple's ambitions to simplify the derivatives market. A number of relationships exist among ISDA DTCC, SWIFT, Ripple, Fedwire, and SWIFT. Anything that wasn't immediately associated with Ripple was likely a developing partner of Ripple that eventually became an integral part of SWIFT or the Federal Reserve. The value of the ISDA DTCC market is in the quadrillions. A massive network is subtly coming together in the meanwhile. Instantaneously upon the arrival of those $4 trillion, the price of XRP will soar. Another point is that it doesn't matter if Rippling can only get 10%, this coin has my full support, and I can envision XRP reaching triple digits very soon. Now that everything is moving at a much faster rate, I'm referring to the next 12 months or so. As to the International Monetary Fund, things are picking up speed. Christine Lagarde and the BIS claim that things are moving along more quickly presently. Faster PCI and real-time payment services between Indian and US banks are being expedited by the BRICS National Payments Corporation of India, in my opinion. In 2016, PCI proposed a novel proposal for a USD-India real-time payment link. The core of the idea is utilizing UPI capabilities to facilitate real-time payments. The National Payments Corporation of India, NPCI, and the Real-Time Payment Service, RTPS, of the United States Federal Reserve are teaming together to develop a UPI-like instant payment system in India. If you remember, in January of 2024, Google India Digital Services and NPCI International Payments inked an MOU to promote UPI globally. This was done to make an announcement. We are currently getting the announcements ready to go live. The usefulness of those announcements will soon become apparent. When you're talking to NPCI, keep this echo from the past in mind. International banking services for AC transfers. Almost all of the banks that are PCI or Ripple partners have been trained by them. The pieces on that massive network are coming together. Here we are in the financial systems plumbing. You may listen to Chris Larson's speech here. When you cut out the middleman and deal directly with consumers, you may find that marketing and customer service are the two main pillars of your company. Given its current level of technology, about 5%, it is a recipe for catastrophe. Our involvement with the financial system's inner workings makes us about 2/3 tech. It is superfluous to advertise to consumers. Also, by doing so, we can attract a more substantial pool of computer specialists. Additionally, top-tier IT professionals are more interested in joining successful IT teams that need large technological groups. I have faith in our ability to make a bigger impact. Banks in China, Japan, Germany, and Australia are politically sensitive, therefore staying out of their business is your number one priority. Furthermore, disregarding China's capital regulations is completely unacceptable. If China ever asks for your support, you should try to promote the RMB throughout Latin America. To me, the most critical thing is to take a position of agnosticism and accept things as they are. On top of that, they would prefer not to be thought of as rivals. When compared to other parts of the financial system, Ripple would be completely at a disadvantage and never witness any transactions. That being said, it's because Ripple fixes a plethora of budgetary problems. Businesses will follow suit as more and more banks are willing to work with Ripple. With its existing infrastructure, Ripple is well positioned to become a huge enterprise. We only need to be patient till XRP starts making its way through that system. By the end of 2024, The steadily increasing coin market cap is predicted to reach record highs, which is how we will become wealthy. Impressive evidence of the overall upward trend that the markets are expected to display this year. This year is shaping up to be really explosive. As 2024 draws to a close, I expect XRP to have shattered all records. Every piece is falling into place perfectly, like a jigsaw puzzle. I concur with JP Morgan that US regulators have the power to affect Tether via OFAC. OFAC is being used by US regulators to limit the usage of tethers offshore, according to JP Morgan. Today, JP Morgan is increasingly jealous of advancements in payment and financial services, which is why they are afraid, according to analyst Tether CEO. Quite a few things likely made JP Morgan envious. It was probably because they were envious of RippleNet and XRP. In an effort to curb the expansion of Ripple and XRP, we ended up in a legal dispute with the SEC. Nevertheless, we will have set a new record if that case is finally resolved this year. Upon the resolution of that case. To be honest, nobody knows. But when it does finish, it will be as late as possible. Furthermore, the instant you open your eyes, the price of XRP will surprise go up. Earlier today, I sped through this video. Please allow me to continue so that we may go to bed at a reasonable hour by revealing the Fed's next move. There will be a push for stablecoin regulations before any crypto restrictions are considered. Many people still refuse to acknowledge that. These meme currencies will vanish in a moment when regulations are put in place, but they still won't admit it. That will happen so fast, like overnight, in my opinion, because the regulations are already set. All they will do is say they plan to use MiCA in the same way the EU has in the future. Reason being, regulations and statutes may differ on a worldwide scale. People are becoming excited again, though, as we can see XRP gradually rising in price. I believe that's a fantastic idea as a substitute for the incessant arguing and division that afflicts the XRP community. Being patient and positive will lead to everyone being rich together if you hold XRP or any cryptocurrency. Having said that, I will now end this video. Do me a favor and subscribe to my channel. Catch you later, farewell.